Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the 5th orthodontic lab for class 4 students, College of Dentistry, Mosul University. Today we talk about the construction of a new spring that used in removable orthodontic appliance. This spring is called double Z spring. From its name, it's simply designed or simply represented by two Z springs joined by their active arms with 4 coils, each one is 2 millimeter in diameter. The indication of this spring is correction of up to 4 palatally positioned anterior teeth, and also another indication is correction of simply rotation, or correction of simple rotation not more than 45 degrees. Now let's start the construction. We will make this spring on 2 central incisors. First of all, we should know that we should not cross the mesodistal dimension of each tooth. I mean, we should not cross the distal side of this central incisors and the distal side of this central incisor. So we mark a point here and here. Now we took the wire 0.5 millimeter stainless steel. We mark a point at the distal side of the central incisor. Now 1 millimeter before the mark point, we start to make the first coil with the tip of the round beak of the player. The coil should be above the active arm, just like Z spring in the previous lab. This is the first coil. Now we draw another mark point on the distal side of the adjacent central. Also 1 millimeter before the point, we start to make the second coil. The coil should be 2 millimeter in diameter and also above the active arm. Now I check my work. Okay. Now at the midpoint between the two central incisors, I make a mark on the wire to start to make the second coil on the right and left side. Also, in the same procedure, I make the second coil, but the second coil should be made below the arm, the previous arm, not above. Also 1 millimeter below or before the mark point, I start to make the second coil with the tip of the round beak of the player, but the coil should be below the arm. Now I have 4 coils. The coils should be 2 millimeter in diameter. The first coils should be above the active arm. The second coil should be below the arm between each 2 coils. All coils should be in the same plane. The spring should be squeezed to the maximum degree. This squeezing will ensure the increasing in the range of action during active treatment. Now, about 1 millimeter after the second coil, I start to make a 90-degree bend, which will make the wire move backward. Then after that, after this bend, about 6 millimeter, I start to make the retentive zigzag. Now I should check the following. The spring should not cross the distance between the distal end of this central and the central, should not cross to the lateral incisors. 4 coils, each 2 millimeter in diameter. Now the spring should apply its action in perpendicular way on the incisors or on the offending teeth. So I need to make a bend which will make the spring perpendicular on the tooth. This bend is made after the 90-degree bend. Now the spring is perpendicular on the tooth, and we finish this work. This spring can correct the